Humans possess an extraordinary muscle, the tongue. We experiment with it and create languages. As we come in contact with other languages, we loan and borrow words. Sometimes we add a shade of difference to the original meaning. If an object is not needed for a long time, its name fades out of existence. Some words begin to mean something else over time. Some words get new names. Thus, languages grow dynamically. Then come philologists who want to get deeper into the modalities of human speech. They do comparative studies between languages. They trace the origin of words, of building blocks of words, of grammatical constructs. These studies are not precise as material sciences. They are as imprecise as biology, psychology, sociology, medicine, because they are not easily quantifiable and there are too many unknowns in them, which is the reason these subjects are fascinating to adventurous students. They have to use their intuition as well as their reason, discipline themselves not to be fanciful, yet all the while remain flexible. Philologists study Sanskrit because it is one of the oldest languages that is still growing and has remained faithful to its origins. Let us see what they have discovered with languages like Sanskrit. So, what are these Sanskrit like languages? Starting from the 1500s, language scholars who came to India and learned its ancient language, Sanskrit, found it had many common words with European languages. For example, tat in Sanskrit is that in English. Spriha is aspiration. Sunu is sun. Some other words that exist in both languages are same, sama, tree, taru, yoke, yoga, unity, yunakti, path, patha, eight, octo in Latin, ashta in Sanskrit, novem in Latin, nava in Sanskrit, immortality, amritam, man from manaha, which means mind, vacha is voce in Latin, voice in English, mother is matra, brother is bhratra. It is not just that there are similar words, moods, voices. The grammatical structure of declensions, tenses, word formation methods using prefixes and suffixes, root sounds, all these are common too. Philologists agree that almost all European languages and North Indian languages are part of the same family, which also includes some other Asian languages. There is a theory that they had a mother language which has disappeared. It is named Proto-Indo-European, PIE. Attempts have been made to reconstruct it. Children of PIE are all European languages except two, Finnish and Hungarian. Other children are Russian and other Slavic languages and descendants of Greek, Latin, Persian and Sanskrit. Here is a map of the Indo-European family. It has 444 languages, half of which, marked in red, are not spoken anymore. Some other language families that cover Europe and Asia are the Uralic, which includes the Finnish and Hungarian, Afro-Asiatic, which includes the Semitic languages, Altaic, which has Mongolian and the Turkic languages, Sino-Tibetan, the Chinese and the Tibetan language family, Austronesian, that includes the Southeast Asian languages, and Dravidian, the South Indian language family. There are about 100 language families in the world, some of which have just a few speakers. Sanskrit is the mother of North Indian and Tamil of South Indian languages. Sri Aurobindo, an Indian freedom fighter, a spiritual master, and a scholar of Latin, Greek, and Sanskrit, settled in Pondicherry in South India in 1910. He started learning Tamil and discovered many similarities between it and these three ancient languages. He found not only common words and structures in Tamil, but also some missing links between Latin, Greek, and Sanskrit, which Sanskrit did not furnish. He wondered if Tamil was a sister language of Sanskrit that may have branched off from its mother at an earlier time than Sanskrit. Let us begin our study of Indo-European languages by looking at the Sanskrit alphabet. Its style or concept is used by all Indian languages plus some others like Cambodian, Burmese, Tibetan, Mongolian, Javanese. The letters are arranged in a logical sequence. The first line has the vowels short and long. The second line has complex vowels, a peculiarity of Indic languages. The consonants are arranged by following the tongue's movement from throat to lip. The gutturals, k, k, g, g, ng, the palatals, ch, ch, j, j, ny, the cerebrals, d, th, d, th, n, the dentals, t, th, d, th, n, and labials, p, p, b, p, m. Then come the semivowels, also referred to as the liquids, y, r, v, l. The last line has the sibilants sh, sh, s, and the one aspirate, h. Now watch this new chart, which has the same letters but grouped together. Notice that groups are formed by letters that stand close to each other. In other words, they are similar sounding sounds. When words morph from language to language, these similar sounding sounds get transposed. For example, when vowels get transposed, we have no in English, n in Sanskrit. Qua is ko in Latin, which means where. Upari is upper. Agni is ignite. K and g get transposed, as in cow in English, go in Sanskrit. The and d words are divya and divine. The and d words are like bandha and bound. Ch and k words are like chatwari, which is quatuor in Latin, meaning four, and from where comes quarter in English. The and th words are like three and three. The and t words are like twach, which means skin, from where comes touch. V and b get transposed, for example, vayu or vata, which means wind, breath, vital energy, and it becomes bio, as in biology and biosphere. Sh and s words are like musha in Sanskrit, mouse in English. S and her words are like sapta, which is septem in Latin, hepta in Greek. Heptagon is saptakona. P and f words are like pitra in Sanskrit, pater in Latin, father in English. When words travel, they can take on a slightly different shade of meaning. We see it often in Indian languages. In Bengali, dhairya is patience, but in Sanskrit it is courage. One can see how the two meanings are twin meanings. Shraddha is reverence in Bengali and faith in Sanskrit. An anecdote will help us understand it with respect to English and French. Napoleon and his wife Josephine are supposed to have had this conversation. Once, Napoleon told Josephine, "You know, the difference between you and the mirror is that the mirror reflects, but you don't." To that, Josephine replied, "And do you know the difference between you and the mirror? The mirror is polished, but you aren't." This conversation makes better sense if it is read in the original in French. Le miroir réfléchit. Réfléchit is the act of thinking, not reflecting in the English sense. Le miroir est poli. Poli is polite, which fits better than polished. Suppose we were the first people to invent language. How would we go about it? We would take cues from nature and construct onomatopoeic words such as slap, slip, splash, lisp, croak, groan, bang, mew, bark, hiss. In Sanskrit, sarpa, karkasha, gharghara, jhilli, lalita, keka. Sarpa is serpent, karkasha is rough, gharghara is gurgle, jhilli is cricket, lalita is lilting, and keka is the cry of a peacock. But what of things that don't make sounds? We would match some property of the object with the length and sonority of its name. For example, words with long vowels occupy time and space, such as sleep, dream, peace. In Sanskrit, they are shayana, swapna, shanta. Short words are quick, jump, catch. In Sanskrit, dhruta, lampa, dhara. Hard sounding words, dry, strong, cruel. In Sanskrit, shushka, dridha, krura. And their opposites, soft, liquid, love, honey, flow. Komala, tarala, sulabha, madhu, sarasa. But imagine if every object suggested their own name to a mind that was receptive, and the utterance of the name manifested the object. Sounds impossible? Yet some intuition says it is so. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. Speech is worshipped as an Ishvara Shakti pair in Indian traditions. Brahma the creator and his consort, Vak Devi or Saraswati. The story goes that Brahma uttered Om, and the power of that vibration manifested the creation. If you say Shanti or peace, do you feel peaceful? If you say dull, does it make you feel dull? This is true of most words in Sanskrit, and that is why it is called a mantric language. And the process in which words are conveyed is spota, which means bursting forth. A person instantly catches the meaning when the name is uttered. Each monosyllabic word has a power behind it. They are called seed sounds or bijas. We have heard them in the context of chakras and bija mantras in Tantrism, such as Shreem, Kreem, Sham, Aim. Root sounds are the building blocks of words, which means words carry the root's meaning within themselves. But one can ask, if the means something, does da mean something similar? How about duck and dr? A depth analysis teaches us that words that begin with the, da, the, etc., that is, with vowels appended to the, are all related to each other. These words form a word clan. All words starting with the appended with the gutturals form one group. Duck, duck, dug, dug, dung. Another group would be dark, dark, dag, dag, dang. We can do this exercise for dik, duk, etc. The set will be a word clan for the gutturals. When we have done this for all consonants, we will have the family. The analysis tells us that words in a family share the same vibration. This is true of all word families. Sometimes a second or third derivative word may mean something totally different, but if we go deeper into the etymology, we will find the same rule. This is the guna theory. Guna means an inherent property. For example, dhana means wealth, dhenu is cattle. We get milk, fuel, medicines from cattle. We use them to pull carts, to plow fields. Surely we can see why they are related to wealth. Another name for cattle is go, but the original meaning of go is light. Gautama Buddha is the enlightened Buddha, not the one who had a lot of cattle. But what we desire the most is light, whether the light after the night, or the light after winter, or the light that dispels ignorance. And in practical terms, we desire cattle for our livelihood. From go, we have derivative words such as gaveshana and gavaksha. Gaveshana means research. When it is split up, it is gau plus ishana, light seeking. Gau is the nominative case for the root go. Gavaksha split up is gau plus aksha, light eye. In other words, an eye through which light comes in, meaning a window. Gopala is a cowherd and Goshala is a cowshed. Suppose we hear a root sound. What word would it suggest to us out of the many that possess similar vibrations? It would depend on several factors. On our current state of being when we hear the sound, on our privileging sound over other senses, for example, sight, that would use pictures to catch the meaning, and also on the conventions we have picked up from our social milieu. Gunas, or root sound qualities, are not absolutes, but have a range of possibilities within a given spectrum. Let us see what happened to Brahma's students. This is from the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Lord of speech, Brahma, had three classes of students: gods, men, and demons. The gods asked him, O Lord, teach us something. He taught them the and asked, Have you understood? They replied, Yes, it means damyata, to control oneself. Dominate has the same origin as damyata. Brahma was pleased. Then the men came and asked Brahma to teach them something. He gave them the same sound, the, and asked them if they understood. They replied, Yes, we did. It means datta, donate. Brahma was pleased. When the demons came and wanted to learn, Brahma gave them the too. They replied, We have understood. It means dayatvam, be compassionate. Daya and divide have the same origin. When you divide your wealth with someone else, you are being compassionate, which is similar to the other two, donate and self mastery, because all three are in the same the family. The Upanishad story concludes by telling us that every time we hear the thunder's da 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 sound, we should be reminded of these three practices. What can we say about English words that have the same spelling, homonyms, like go in Sanskrit? Can you see a common origin in the following words? Jar, bold, ferry, fruit. One is a noun, the other a verb. When a jar falls down, it makes a jarring sound. A word written in bold conveys a bold statement. The boat that ferries merchandise is also called a ferry. Fruit has the same two meanings in Sanskrit too. Let us consider the words for directions. Purva means east. It also means before. The west is Paschima, and the word for after is Paschat. Time is measured by the position of the sun. The south is Dakshina, but the right side is Dakshina too, which in English is Dexter. Face the sun, and your right side will be the south. But Dakshina has other meanings too. It means offering, because you use the right hand to offer. It also means to discriminate, to separate the right from the wrong. Did we just use the word right? Yes, because in English too, the right side has the sense of being right. Daksha is skillful, dexterity in English, adroit. Droite is the French word for the right side. The left is gauche in French, which means clumsy. In Sanskrit, the left, Vama, is the crooked path. Sinistra in Latin means the left and also the crooked, as in sinister. The north is Uttara, which is Ut plus Tara, meaning going up. Uttara also means answer. When you go up, you are going the correct way and you get your answer. When you go down, you go south, as is the English idiom. Since we started with the, let's probe it further. Sri Aurobindo analyzes it to the pips in his essays on philology. Some highlights from there are as follows. The guna or mind impression of the is forceful splitting. There is pain involved in the process. There is separation as an aftermath. There is the pressure of the force too. The various words that derive from it are dolor in Latin, meaning pain, sorrow, dukkha in Sanskrit. Dal is to crush. Du is to squeeze out milk. As a prefix, it means difficult, like du plus gama, difficult of going, or durga, a fortress. Divide is causing a separation. Dvi is two in Sanskrit, duo in Latin. Other words that separate are discrimination, dual, door, day, distribute, deceive. Each has a Sanskrit equivalent. Div is a light that splits the darkness. Divine or divya is derived from bright light. From div comes dyau in Sanskrit, meaning heaven, theos in Greek, meaning God. A drum splits the ear. It is damaru in Sanskrit. Teeth are danta, dental. Any dense substance is well defined, separate from everything else. Dravya is the Sanskrit word for dense substance. Dridha is strong. Drishad is stone. Dvish is to hate in Sanskrit. It has become a prefix in English, as in dislike, distaste, disavow. To dart is a forceful action. Its Sanskrit equivalent is druta. A splintered piece of wood is called daru. A tree is called druma. The Greek forest nymph is called a dryad. If we make a list of English words starting with de, we will observe they share the quality of a quick action that may cause separation or pain. Here are some: dynamism, dissolution, defense, distance, drive, demon, dissipate, discover, death, decompose, destroy. This makes me wonder about the interesting spelling of certain English words. Their origins are hidden in their spelling. Night is from the German Nachten, Nakta in Sanskrit. Knowledge comes from the Greek gnosis, which is jnana in Sanskrit. Ignorance is ajnana. Charitra is character. Wonder why the H is mute in our? It's hora in Sanskrit. Rhythm has a soft ri, which in English is rhythm. Rhythm means to put things in their right place at the cosmic level. It's the universal rhythm. Ritu comes from it, It means the seasons. Duhita is daughter, derived from the verb duh. Duh means to milk. It was the daughter's task to milk the cow. Sanskrit and English share many prefixes. The negating prefix in Sanskrit is a or an, like amrita, immortal, ananta, unending. The prefix ni, from where comes nihil, annihilates whatever follows it. Nirdaya is a person without daya, compassion. Ni plus daya becomes nirdaya by sandhi. Super is a combination of two prefixes, su plus para, which means good and beyond. The prefix anta is inter, like international, antarashtrya. The prefix pre, as in predefined, is from pra. Pra means first, prathama or original. For example, prakriti is the original act or first manifestation, like primordial or prehistoric. Once we intuit the vibration of a sound, we can extend it, remaining faithful to the vibration. This technique of word formation allows us to borrow two different roots and create a word that is a hybrid. We can keep adding roots and create bigger hybrids, such as buttercup, firefly, footwear, hammerhead. Here are some hybrids in Sanskrit, which, when split up, can give us a true picture of their origins. One who has a prominent hand, hasta, is an elephant. He is called hasti. A vehicle that goes on an iron road, loha pathayanam, is a train. One who gives satisfaction, Shamkara, is Lord Shiva. One who goes in the sky, Kha, can be a bird, sun, moon, wind, cloud, angels, demons. That which creates the sense of I is the I creator, Ahamkara, which means ego. One who drinks from the feet, Padapa, is a tree. One who loves the forest is a monkey, Vanara. How are puddles created? When cattle walk over a soft patch, they create a ditch that fills with water in the rainy season. Thus, the word for a pothole is cattle feet, Gosh Padam. Something that saves the feet is a shoe, Padatra. Tra from Trayate, which has the same root as goddess Tara. One who is tied by a noose, a pasha, is a pashu, an animal. Born of mud, Pankaja is a lotus. When you punish, you need a stick. The word for punishment is danda, which is also the word for stick. The science of longevity is Ayurveda. Pancha is five. Panchatvam, fiveness, is being reduced to the five elements, that is, dying. An oar looks like an ear, like the ear of a boat. A boatman uses an oar to keep the boat going. He becomes the ear manipulator, the Karnadhara. Karnadhara, by extension, also means pilot or king. That which is well done is Samyakrita. In short, Samskrita.